Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Carly here from the Habit Ayurvedic Wellness, creator of the Everyday Ayurveda program and the 21-day season of self-care detox. And today I was meeting with my Everyday Ayurveda group and we were talking about the benefits of meditation and the many ways we can approach meditation. And this is one of those habits that can be really sticky and hard to adopt, something that's really hard to stick to. And so I wanted to share a story with you about my experience with meditation. So when I was 22 years old, I went on a trip to Thailand with my best friend. It was so fun. And as part of this trip, we went and stayed for 10 days in this silent meditation retreat. 10 days of complete silence. And they took away our cell phones. There was no access to computers. Of course, there wasn't really smartphones at that time, but I was full on addicted to MSN Messenger and just generally addicted to what was going on in my social circle. Like I always had to feel included by everyone else. And so I show up at this retreat and it's 10 days of complete silence and a lot of time spent by yourself, a lot of time spent sitting in meditation, and a lot of time spent in walking meditation, different forms of meditation, and basically like chosen solitary confinement. And it was extremely, extremely difficult. I spent a lot of time in tears with nobody to reach out to, nobody to vent to. I was left alone, and this was actually a really painful realization. The fact that I was brought to tears by spending time with myself. That I couldn't even stand to be quiet with myself. And the fact was that I wasn't quiet with myself. In moments that I had to myself, I was speaking negatively to myself. I was reliving the past or worrying about the future or playing into anxious thoughts or negative patterns that were just repeating in my head. And this was it was in the end a wonderful way to really expose myself to this fact that when I was left to my own devices with nothing to distract myself, my brain was just flooded with negative internal dialogue. And as I work with more and more clients through the lens of Ayurveda, I keep hearing this same story, that we have this inability to calm our internal chatter and that we're defaulting to negative thought patterns. And so meditation is extremely important in helping us quiet these little hummingbirds in our ear, or it's been referred to as our monkey mind, our internal chatter, the thing that we think that we can't control, you can control. The thing that often leads us to feeling like we're completely overwhelmed at the end of the day. It's less often that it's your actual circumstances that are making you feel overwhelmed, and more often that it's your thoughts about it that are making you feel overwhelmed. And imagine what it would feel like to be able to be silent in your mind throughout your day. It is such an incredible gift, such an incredible skill to practice and to grow. It's like riding a bike. You have to practice being quiet. You have to practice noticing these thoughts coming in and then letting them go, recognizing the thoughts that have no merit, the thoughts that are completely useless, the feelings that are attached to those thoughts that make you all of a sudden resentful towards your husband because he keeps forgetting to take out the garbage, and all of a sudden, it means that he does nothing for you at all. Like, not helping anybody for us to have these kinds of thoughts, right? In Ayurveda, we learn about there's a term in Sanskrit called the PRAJNAPARADHA, and this is crimes against wisdom. And what that means is, when you're doing something that is not going to make your life easier long term, it's going to end up making things harder for you long term. The thing that you shouldn't be doing, and you do it anyway. We have lots of these things, right? Probably should go to the gym, but instead I'm going to, come up with a number of distractions. Oh, I should probably send that email and tidy up the house for the third time today, or whatever. There's thousands of ways that we get in our own way of the thing that we probably should be doing. So on the other side of PRAJNAPARADHA is KRIYA. And when we take action with KRIYA, this is taking an action for the highest good. And it's taking action that creates ease in your future. That it ends up making your life feel easier instead of harder. And this is everything that I teach in my Everyday Ayurveda course, the simple habits of a daily Ayurvedic lifestyle. They're all these little things that you're like, I have to do another thing. I have to add this tool to my, this routine to my day. But most of them are like 1 minute long. And all of them, after implementing them into your routine, you'll look back after a few months and go, oh my gosh, I'm a completely different version of myself. Life gets so much easier when we make space in our minds, when we make space in our digestion, when we make space for the things that really matter instead of cluttering our lives with a bunch of stuff that doesn't matter, with a bunch of food and thoughts and experiences and circumstances and environments that are poisoning us. So whether it's meditation that you feel that you could use, or some healthier boundaries around energetic vampires in your life, I want you to think about what is something that you get the feeling that even if it's something that maybe brings you temporary comfort, like that glass of wine in the evening, what is something that you're doing that maybe you can tell that long term, even if it's giving you comfort now, long term, it could actually make things worse in your life, whether that it would cause like a breakdown of your physical body, continued stress to your nervous system, versus, and even when we talk about like talking with friends about frustrations, it's wonderful to be able to reach out to a friend when you have a fight with your spouse. And there's a potential there for us to create a habit of reaching out to our spouse or to our friend to talk down about our spouse anytime we feel uncomfortable at all. Anytime we feel overwhelmed in any way, that becomes our default to reach out to a friend and come up with a reason why we might be mad at our spouse. Careful of things like that. So call yourself out. Let me know what is something that you can maybe tell is like not serving you long term, and what is something that you might want to implement that would actually make your life easier. Finding 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day to sit in silence. And I'm talking like I do it not even for any minutes per day, because another thing we talk about in this Everyday Ayurveda course is how you can find time to drop your thoughts while also doing the tasks that you already do every day. Because I don't want to waste your time. But is it really a waste of time when you think about exercising, when you think about meditating, when you think about meal planning, any of this stuff? Is it really a waste of time? Or in the long run, will it save you a lifetime? I hope everyone's having a great day. And don't forget, if you haven't gone to thehabit.net and signed up for my emails, you should definitely do that. And if you have any questions, you can message me, comment below, or send me an email as well through my website. Have a wonderful day.